Welcome to Movie Time, where we dive into TV series recaps and movie spoilers. Let's get started. Episode 9 is less about cheer camp and more about control, fear, and a mother who isn't ready to let go. The day begins with excitement, but Angela is barely holding herself together. Cheer camp at TCU is supposed to be a milestone for Ainsley, yet for Angela, it feels like abandonment. The moment she drops her daughter at the dorm, the mask breaks. Angela cries in the car and calls her personal shopper, not because she needs clothes, but because she needs comfort. That alone tells us how emotionally isolated she really is. Inside the dorm, Ainsley meets her new roommate, Pagan, a total cultural clash. Pagan is strict, politically intense, and instantly begins correcting Ainsley's language and lifestyle. What should be a normal college adjustment moment becomes a hostile environment. Ainsley doesn't argue. She doesn't defend herself. She simply leaves and cries in the hallway. Instead of growing from the moment, Ainsley runs straight to authority. Greta advises her to act like an adult. But Ainsley doesn't. She calls Angela, and Angela storms in like a natural disaster. She doesn't negotiate. She doesn't teach Ainsley how to adapt. She demands exceptions. Allergies become excuses. Rules become optional. And just like that, Ainsley is moved into a hotel suite, completely removed from the discomfort that might have helped her grow. The most revealing line comes at the end. "I wish you could stay with me all of college," Ainsley says. And Angela doesn't laugh. She doesn't correct her. She agrees. "Well, baby girl, that might just be the plan. This isn't love anymore. It's dependence." Angela isn't protecting Ainsley from harm. She's protecting her from reality. And Ainsley isn't learning how to stand on her own. She's learning that mommy will always bulldoze the world for her. Cheer camp was supposed to be Ainsley's first step into independence. Instead, it became proof that neither of them is ready to let go. And that emotional bubble is going to burst. Chapter 1. Tommy was fired for being right. Tommy wasn't fired because he lost his edge. He was fired because he refused to gamble with other people's lives. Cammy wants the rig launched fast, loud, and risky, even when the odds barely favor survival. She's chasing momentum, not stability. And that makes sense emotionally. She inherited an empire overnight after her husband died. She's still proving to the board, to the company, and to herself that she belongs in that seat. Tommy, on the other hand, has seen this movie before. He's been in oil longer than Cammy has been adjacent to it. He understands that a 10% margin for success isn't bravery, it's recklessness. When he hesitates, it isn't fear. It's experience speaking. This firing isn't about incompetence. It's about Cammy rejecting the man who knows how bad this can go. Tommy was trying to protect the company from itself. Chapter 2. This was never about power, it was about guilt. Cammy's decision isn't strategic, it's emotional. She throws a party before the launch because she needs the celebration to justify the risk. She surrounds herself with optimism because doubt would mean admitting she might be wrong. And the one person who keeps introducing doubt is Tommy. That's why he has to go. Tommy represents Monty's era. Measured, cautious, brutal, but calculated. Every warning Tommy gives sounds like Monty's voice echoing through the room. And Cammy can't lead if she's constantly reminded of the man she lost. So she removes the reminder. This isn't a business firing. It's unresolved grief dressed up as leadership. Chapter 3. The episode is quietly asking who will pay the price. While executives argue philosophy, real people are standing under steel and pressure. Tommy understands this. That's the difference. The episode keeps cutting between celebration and consequences. Mint juleps on one end, violence and trauma on the other. That's not accidental. The show is drawing a line between those who make decisions and those who live with them. Tommy lives with the consequences. That's why he's dangerous to people like Cammy. Not because he's wrong, but because he refuses to pretend risk is glamorous. Final take. Episode 9 isn't about Tommy losing power. It's about the show warning us what happens after experienced voices are silenced. Cammy may be in charge. The rig may launch. The party may continue. But if things go wrong, and Landman is telling us they will, Tommy will be the ghost in every room. Because he tried to stop it, and no one listened. Landman Season 2, Episode 9 delivers its darkest moment yet when Ariana is violently attacked outside the Patch Cafe. During her shift, Ariana steps into the alley behind the bar and runs into Johnny, the same man who sexually harassed her earlier in the season. This time, he isn't just angry. He's looking for revenge. Johnny insults her with racial slurs, accuses her of being undocumented, and blames her for getting him banned from the cafe. Ariana refuses to back down. When she defends herself, Johnny turns aggressive, attempting to overpower her. Before things go any further, Cooper charges in. He pulls Johnny off Ariana and brutally beats him, fueled by rage and fear for her safety. Cooper doesn't just stop the attack. He nearly loses control, continuing to hit Johnny even after the threat is gone. He even says out loud that he wants Johnny dead. Ariana is saved. But Cooper may have just destroyed his own future. The entire alley is covered by a security camera. Barney calls the police, meaning everything Cooper did, including the excessive force, is likely recorded. Johnny will almost certainly face charges for assault and attempted rape, but Cooper could also be charged for going too far in the fight. That leaves Cooper in serious danger of arrest, a lawsuit, or both. However, there are two possible ways out. Tommy and Cammy could use their power and money to pressure the police into letting Cooper walk. Or Barney could quietly make the security footage disappear, protecting both Cooper and Ariana from further trauma. Either way, the situation is no longer about heroism. It's about survival. Cooper saved Ariana's life, but now that same act could cost him everything. The house is pure chaos. Dale, Nate, and Tommy are focused on the Gulf Rig's upcoming launch, while Angela and Ainsley scramble to prepare for cheer camp. Overwhelmed, Tommy slips into the backyard for a rare moment of quiet and finds TL calmly enjoying the morning. They talk about the physical therapy Tommy arranged for his dad. TL is grateful, even amused. Happy birthday, Merry Christmas, and any other holiday that calls for a gift, Tommy jokes. For once, TL actually looks content. They discuss his new therapeutic routine, and TL admits he'd do almost anything Cheyenne asked of him. When Tommy flicks his cigarette into the pool, TL immediately makes him retrieve it, reminding him he has aqua therapy later. It's a small moment, but it shows a softer, healthier version of their relationship. Meanwhile, Charlie is heading out to join the MTEX crew when he opens his door and finds Rebecca standing there. She admits she crossed a line. She made things personal, and despite everything, she doesn't want to lose him. Charlie points out she hasn't apologized. Rebecca calls a truce. When he rejects that too, she finally gives in and says she's sorry. She admits she's lonely, and that she wants her life to feel different. Charlie is ready to forgive her, but only after making her admit the truth. She's smitten. She smiles. He smiles. And just like that, the tension melts into a kiss. Reality quickly returns. Charlie is about to live on the rig for 6 months, but neither of them seems worried. He jokes about her dodging alligators to visit him and sending home videos to keep him company. She teases him about his mullet as he climbs into the truck, clearly already missing him. For now, they're not thinking about distance. They're just choosing each other again. Thanks for watching Movie Time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a recap. See you next time for more.